Welcome to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World, with CEO and award-winning author Yvette Bethel. This podcast is dedicated to supporting leaders with a variety of solutions to build trust, inspire authentic change, and improve morale within your organization. Learn how to grow your people, build your culture, and transform your results. Welcome to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. I'm your host, Yvette Bethel, and today's episode is entitled Down with Political Correctness. In an era where the authenticity of news and facts are coming under constant scrutiny, it's important to take a look at political correctness. Political correctness is supposed to be a system of behavior that requires persons to express themselves or act in a way that's inclusive and respectful toward others. While this is probably the original meaning of political correctness, the term politically correct seems to be a catch-all phrase used when persons are being duplicitous or superficial, using a facade of respect to cover their true intentions. When political correctness transforms into behaviors that facilitate disingenuous conversations, persons end up walking on eggshells, not wanting to say anything that could possibly be misconstrued as offensive. Over time, political correctness has taken two paths. One is a path of inauthenticity, where PC comments are so watered down that statements that should correct a situation somehow end up sounding congratulatory. When this happens, the information being communicated is covering up the real message because the desire to avoid offending others has become so great that actions and words diminish the meaning of the intended message. When a leader displays an inability to accept any type of feedback, they're usually the same ones who assure you that they welcome your feedback. And when you provide it, they retaliate because they really want you to tell them how great they are. In situations like this, once bitten, team members avoid saying anything at all, or they placate the team leader. A second path that political correctness has taken is an expanded politically correct path, where anything that could be construed as offensive to minority or majority groups is avoided. In circumstances like these, communicators lack the courage or skills to confront constructively. The risk here is that if someone is on your team and you refrain from providing feedback because it may seem like you're stereotyping him or her, holding back can also have a detrimental effect on your team. Politically correct behavior can lead to diminished constructive confrontation skills. And when persons are unable or unwilling to confront, there are multiple risks that can emerge. This is because when PC behavior has become part of the culture, persons are hired who will not rock the boat. Instead, they naturally voice opinions that sound curiously like the opinions of the hiring manager. This is risky behavior because it means persons with different opinions will be unwilling to ask thought-provoking questions or make suggestions that differ from the ideas of the leader and the rest of the team, especially when there are formal and informal rules that dictate who can speak up in a public forum and what can be said. Another risk is that political correctness can cause persons to be rewarded for suboptimal performance because the supervisor is uncomfortable pointing out deficiencies in performance for fear of being accused of discrimination. Global trends are pointing toward the ineffectiveness of political correctness. Employees are tired of language that sounds like doublespeak, which is a form of language that is intentionally ambiguous. Employees want to be in an environment where they can trust decision makers. They want to feel free to express their true thoughts. And if decision makers are not being receptive to displays of authenticity, labeling ideas as insubordinate or unsuitable, employees are watching and perceiving this as an exhibition of low trust and will reciprocate. In some organizations, suspicion levels are so high that even attempts to demonstrate authenticity are not trusted. This can become overwhelming for persons who come to work day in and day out and are constantly aware that decision makers and other coworkers are not being honest with them. These employees crave an authentic environment, so it can be exhausting navigating the minefield caused by low self-esteem. Here are 5 strategies leaders can use to shift from political correctness to a diversity-conscious, inclusive environment. Number 1. As a leader, you can model trustworthy behaviors and actions. This includes saying what you mean through respectful and honest communication and aligning your words and actions. Number 2. It means demonstrating self-mastery. So, when others express divergent points of view, you can respond in a way that's constructive and honest without being offended or defensive. Number 3. Self-mastery requires you to develop the skill of heart-centered listening. While this may not seem like a solution to political correctness, it is. It's about setting a tone of curiosity that indicates you are interested in what your coworker has to say so you can create safe space that facilitates open and honest conversation by listening. Number 4. Seek ways you can reframe differences into a positive, inclusive perspective so there's no need for political correctness. Shifting your perspective will help you shift your approach to one that's engaging instead of one that's ambiguous, tolerant, or divisive. And finally, number 5, avoid spin. Persons who are good at spin use part of the truth to gain your trust. Over time, your coworkers see through spin. So this practice fuels suspicion, and slowly they will become just as good as you are at using spin or political correctness. Employees will model your behavior, so it's important for you to be aware of the behaviors you're approving. Your coworkers are tired of the facade of political correctness. They want to work in a truly inclusive environment where there are engaging conversations that can help them grow both as individuals and as a team. They want to know you actually care, that you're not speaking to them from some carefully orchestrated fake script. Thank you for joining me at Evolve, Mastery for Leading the New World. I invite you to join me this and every Monday for a new episode. In the meantime, remember, always continue to be respectfully authentic.
Thanks for listening to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. Visit YvetteBethel.com to learn more about Yvette's leadership programs and to download her free gift, Success Tips for Igniting Your Career.